All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shema Shah, by Shema Kakodash? Double unto the apostles and others a great millstone. And Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, you'll see a title, lesson of how the truth is here. You just have to find it. Majority of these people, of our people, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, because it's not just a black thing. All right, the Latin as well as the Native Americans, they spring from the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, man. They're lost. When you go into Latino, when you go into Mexican, when you go into Haitian, when you go into Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, all these different terms are just bywords. All right, Scripture says that you'll be named called a proverb and a byword. And when you go into your oppressor, they truly know who you are. All right. That's why we always going to, if you want to, tell a lie or you want to deceive the mass of the people, you have to know the truth. So these devils, they spent billions of dollars campaigning against, the truth. Putting deception in the school books. Now you have this guy, Ron DeSantis, Florida governor, speaking ill about was speaking against America's ill-gotten gain. They said we shouldn't put that this is a land that was stolen in the textbooks. He was irate, moving around frantic or whatnot, or speaking frantically. But that's all that this society entails, man. Genocide, rape, deception, lies. Scriptures even says that in Hosea the 4th chapter, how there's no truth in the land. That represents America too. And you have this book, The Negroes and the Jews, by Lenosa. That's how you say it. E. Barson. And this is a inscription, or a subscription, whatnot, written within the book. It says, Negroes claim to be Jewish is legitimate. The land of Israel is located in Western Asia and borders on North Africa. All of the native inhabitants of that region were non-white. When Spain expelled its Jews in 1492, many of them went to Africa. It seems probable that some of them were brought later to America as slaves. The spirituals never sing of African rivers. It's always the Jordan or the Red Sea. They don't sing about African chiefs or kings. It's David or Moses or some other Jewish characters from the Bible. Yeah, that's not from brainwashing. That's from the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. The scriptures speak about how basically we're gonna be oppressed. It says you're gonna be tossed like a ball into a strange country. And it says that how they made us sing that song. So when we was in slavery, let's see, strange line. So when we was in slavery, we did whatever had the strongest connection to our spirit. Even they have this one song by Louis Armstrong. It's called let's see if I can find it. Sing this song. Yeah, they have this one song by Louis Armstrong called "Go Down Moses," and he's speaking about let my people go. You can look it up on YouTube. When Israel, went to the Egyptians, something like that, girl, like, let my people go down Moses, and that's, Jake, of course, Louis Armstrong, as well as a lot of those black singers. A lot of them were inclined to sing about Israelite involvements, man. That's why one of the main things that Esau didn't want us to do was read the Bible. You had a slave Bible. All right, extremely edited edition, and the edited didn't come from them switching up the text. It came from them literally tearing out the text, man. Tearing out 70, 80, if not 90% of the book. Heaps of the Bible was being taken out, and then the narrative was being taught to slaves to love your oppressors and things of that nature. But Jake think that the Bible in its entirety was used to just control Jake. You know, when you had individuals like Nat Turner that read the Bible, and that sparked the spirit of freedom. He felt the connection to the Israelites because they gave Nat Turner an actual Bible. You know, different plantations had different type of, you know, ways of control. And one thing about Nat Turner was used to be a pastor. You know, he was traveling, you know, plantation to plantation, and he was teaching the slaves. All right, he was at first oppressing his own people and manipulating them with the narrative, because Esau told him to teach it as so. But then he started to reread the Bible and really get into the rightly divided word of truth, as it is written, to rightly divide the word of truth. And as he was rightly dividing the word of truth, he's seen that this has a connection with the oppressed, not the oppressor. All right. This is a book of individuals that were in captivity and prayed adamantly, and the Lord delivered them. And he knew from that point forward that he was, you know, and his people had to be God's chosen people, you know. But this is Psalms 137. Start at 1. I'm just gonna read these couple verses and I'll close. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Yeah, so when we was in the Babylonian captivity, you know, it was similar to the American captivity. Now this is way worse, but nonetheless it's still oppressive, you know. And our people sat down, we wept, you know, and we reminisced on the Holy Land. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there are they that carried us away captive, required of us a song. Yeah, and you know Jake got talent. That's why you have a lot of those, you know, touring. Touring was mainly for Jake in the Americas, man. Jake will have, you know, might be a slave in Tennessee. Then he actually, you know, has a talent with instruments, and they would exploit his talent and take him all to different locations to sing. Or a woman could dance, you know, or a woman could sing, you know. So it says, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Yeah. So continuing on, it says, if I forgot thee, O Jerusalem, let my hand forget her cunning. Yeah, and we're in this strange land, you know. This is foreign to us, you know. A lot of Jakes, they lost their heritage. They lost, which we all did. The virgins fell asleep. That's the prophecy, you know. And none of these prophecies link up with these Jew rats, man. You know, when did the virgins fall asleep with those rats? You know, you go into all these different major said events that were to fall upon the people, Deuteronomy 28th chapter, and these Jews don't fit the bill. So that should tell you enough. You know, we are the people. You know, scripture speak about in the land of our captivity we shall remember ourselves. You know, and it said, I knew they were stiff-necked people. We are the most stiff-necked people on the face of the earth. It even gives you the curse that will fall upon the women of our nation. You know, baldness and things of that nature. So we are the Israelites without a shadow of a doubt, man. You know, our whole get up, the scripture speak about how we're the salt of the sea. You know, we bring the flavor. We bring the essence, you know, and that's a fact. Baruch 2:30, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Yeah, so this is the land of our captivity, and this is when we're starting to get our memory back of who we truly are, you know, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me. And what's the heart and ears to hear? The heart goes into the lob, and the ears represents having the ability to understand and perceive the words that are written. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, that's starting now, you know, and think upon my name. Yeah, and we got the name back, Yahweh, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. Yeah, that's why it tells you in Lamentations how this is the last captivity. You know, this is the last, you know, really aggressive ass kicking that we're going to have to go through, you know, because our people are starting to learn. They had to learn the hard way, but hey, 1/3 is going to learn, man. The elect are going to learn, and they're going to seek penitence, all right? That's what this whole American captivity is about, you know, for the elect to turn back, you know, and for judgment to come upon the wicked. You know, so with that, you know, hopefully brothers and a few sisters edified by anybody giving all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakodash. Deb honest to the apostle and others of great millstone. Shalom, Akim.